Hello, Professor and class. This is Giovanni. Today I'll be talking about the three articles written by Luther Gulick, Robert K. Morton, and Paul Appleby. In his essay, Note on the Theory of Organization, Gulick introduces us to his system, the Seven Functions of Management, also known as POTS Corp, which stands for Planning, Organization, Staffing, Directing, Coordination, Reporting, and Budgeting. One concept that stood out for me could be found on page 109, second to last paragraph, starting at "A man cannot serve two masters," and ending the sentence, "The significance of this principle in the process of coordination and organization must not be lost sight of." This statement stood out to me because it is true today as it was during biblical times. We as humans strive to be led. We're always looking for a leader, someone to be accountable to. But this could only work with one person, one leader. We share this trait with many members of the animal kingdom. For example, wolves in the wolf packs and their alpha male, and even with insects with the queen bee. One prime example of this could be seen in hospitals, specifically in medical residencies, specifically in family residency. Most residency and family practice has one chief resident. This individual, because of his or her seniority, experience, and knowledge, directs all other residents, forming a hierarchy from the internet up, all accountable to this one individual. This system is used throughout the nation because it works, because of human nature, because we are meant to be led by one person. Robert K. Morton, in his essay, Bureaucratic Structure and Personality, continues with the works of Max Weber. Unlike Weber, Merton warns us of the pitfalls bureaucracy might bring. A great example of this may be found on page 121, paragraph 1, third way down. Martin was speaking about discipline and the dangers of rules becoming an end in itself when he wrote, "This may be exaggerated to the point where primary concern with the conformity to the rules interferes with the achievement of the purposes of the organization, in which case we have the familiar phenomenon of technicism or red tape of the official." Martin was ahead of his time because it is true today as it was during his. Myself have actually been a witness to such red tape. When I was working in homeless services as a housing navigator, I was assisting a family get a Section 8 voucher. Originally, family was declined the voucher because according to the Hackler representative, they were receiving an income. I tried explaining to the representative that this was not an income, that this was assistance from a family member, but the representative did not want to hear it. According to him, the rules were clear. After much advocacy, I was able to assist the family obtain the voucher. But this gave us a warning about following the rules to a T. Sometimes because of our zeal, sometimes because we become jaded, we tend to follow the rules more than the mission statement. Merton warned us about this. Morton tells us to always remember what the mission statement is and don't allow red tape to interfere in that mission. In this article, Government is Different, Paul Appleby tells us the difference between private business and government officials. Just because one individual is successful in one arena doesn't mean that he or she will be successful in the other. What stood out to me the most in this article was on slide 4, page 122, second paragraph, when he wrote, "An administrator coming into government is struck at once and continually thereafter by the press and public interest in every detail of his life, personality, and conduct. This could be seen today when it comes to Trump's administration picks, where they are scrutinized both professionally and personally by both the media and the public. This is a cautionary tale about us public administrators that tells us that we are held at a higher standard, that our life should reflect not just our agency but our government. We are here to serve the public. So for that reason, we are to live accordingly and be held at a higher standard." Just like how Margaret Chase Smith once said, public service must be more than doing a job efficiently and honestly. It must be a complete dedication to the people and to the nation. Thank you and goodbye.